Hey guys, Jake Doe Sports here, recapping the biggest win in Notre Dame history, possibly, quite literally. Unbelievable game from the Irish. They left it all out there, all on the line. I was finally waiting for a team to do it, a Notre Dame team to do it, to play their best when it mattered the most, and they did it. Marcus Freeman, you are the man! Let's go! Fire me up! Come on! Woo! We're back in the semifinals. This time we actually earned it. It's not a fake bid with Brian Kelly, and we actually have a legit chance to go to the national championship to face Penn State. This recap video came out way later than I wanted it to, partially because I was busy. I also didn't want to just, come on here, and I wanted to kind of cool off for a few days because I was so happy. I was so excited, and I really did want to make the video, but I wanted to take a more objective look at this game and really dive into the fact, do we have a chance against Penn State? Which we absolutely do. I'll get into that soon. But, talking about this game, unbelievable. Marcus Freeman outcoached, he outsmarted, he outwitted the best coach in college football today. You look at the past 5 years, Kirby is the best coach. He has the best resume. He's got the best wins, the biggest wins in the biggest games. He's a hell of a coach. And that's a hell of a staff. I think Bobo is still a really good coach. I just did not think they had the talent this year. I think their offensive line was lackluster. You can see by the left tackle. He got torched. He got burned. He got folded up. And, one big play where the left tackle misses his assignment on the blind side. Gunnar Stockton fumbles the ball. Big pickup for Notre Dame. And this has been this team all year. Capitalize on the turnover, and you play the three phases. They played the three phases perfectly. The offense, again, it's not going to look like we want it to. People just got to accept that. We're going to live and die by that. It's not going to look how we want to. But Notre Dame played their best on offense when they needed to the most. At the end of the game, they held the ball, and they just ran that clock. And they just kept the wheels churning. Did not give the ball back to Georgia. And that was that. They just ran the clock out. And I really thought it was never going to happen. I really did. I really did not think it was ever going to happen. I love trash talking with people on YouTube, and I love doing all this, doing all that, hyping up my team. But, seriously, I never thought I'd see the day where Notre Dame earned a playoff win against an elite program today. Not an elite program whenever years ago. Not Indiana. They got a legit playoff win in a major bowl game. That monkey is finally off our backs. And we are moving on to the Orange Bowl to face Penn State in what is such a winnable game. Because guess what? James Franklin's the new Brian Kelly. He can't win a big game to save his life. And he's not proven it. He's beaten two group of 5 teams and has placed himself in the semifinal. He's not proven anything at all. He's going to have to prove way more. So we'll see. I'm very excited to see how this game turns out. But just talking about this Georgia game, it really was poetry in motion. Notre Dame controlled the majority of this game ever since that fumble when Notre Dame was up 6-3. Since then on, Notre Dame dominated this game. I know there was one big drop pass. Sorry. Don't care. You dropped it. Yeah, what if he caught it? Well, he didn't. So, sorry. I don't care about your excuses. And guess what? Gunnar Stockton played better than Carson Beck would have. You can't even use the backup excuse. It was the rest of your team that let you down. Stockton played great. He didn't turn the ball over. That was not his fault. That blindside block missed assignment was not his fault. And what? Oh yeah, ETN fumbling the ball is his fault. Yeah, no, it's not. That was a great play by Notre Dame. down in Georgia, or down in Notre Dame territory. And that, too, also in addition to that as well. I mean, dude, Notre Dame dominated. They did. They honestly, since after that kick return, game wasn't really in doubt. Obviously, I was nervous the entire time because I'm a crazy fan who thinks that, 10 bad things can happen in, 5 seconds. The game was never in doubt. Notre Dame was up the entire time. Besides that one time, I think Georgia led 3-0. That was it. Notre Dame took it from there. They said, you know what, we're going to punch our spot in the Final Four, and yeah, suck it, SEC. The SEC is not the best conference this year. Sorry. So I don't care how mad that makes you. Sorry. Don't care. I really don't care. Your SEC champion Georgia Bulldogs just got dominated by Notre Dame. Absolutely, clinically dominated. So yeah. This was not a situation where we barely beat Georgia. People are going to say it's fluky because of the kick return and because of the turnovers. That's what Notre Dame's done all year. That's not a shocker to anyone. Notre Dame plays 3 phases. That's how they play football. That's how you should play football. That's what we did. We dominated in all 3 phases, honestly. And that's how you beat the Bulldogs. So, you can go bark all you want, but you're not going to the semifinals, and Notre Dame just took your spot, buddies. I really don't care. You can get out of here. So, just unbelievable. That one dude that is an SEC glazer, you're just dumb. I honestly don't. There's no hope for you or anyone in your family. Sorry. You're just stop watching college football now because you just don't know what you're talking about. Honestly. The SEC is just not that good this year. They're just not. Sorry. I mean, Texas lost in the SEC championship. They should have lost to Arizona State. You could argue that the Big 12 and the SEC are comparable this year. I'm not even kidding. You think I'm joking when I say that. I'm not. The Big 12 is more balanced than the SEC this year. It is. You're better than the ACC. The ACC is god-awful. But, I mean, the Big 10 is far and away the best conference this year. But now you see why Notre Dame doesn't want to join any of them. They're too good for them. It doesn't matter. We're off to the semifinals, and we don't have to play in a stupid conference, dude. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. All these teams are playing in conferences because they don't have a big enough brand to get their own TV deals. They have to go through whatever conference they deal with. If you're clowning Notre Dame for being independent, go be independent yourself. Oh wait, you can't because your brand isn't big enough. Sorry, not my fault. Not my fault. Go talk to someone else, not my fault. Talk to the boosters. Talk to the fans. Not my fault. Sorry. Notre Dame was clinical. They were ice cold. They were bloodthirsty killers in this game, and Georgia never stood a chance. That's what it is. You can cry about Riley Leonard throwing for 90 yards or whatever. We still won by 2 scores. Don't care. Don't care how we do it. And I guarantee you wouldn't either. If Gunnar Stockton was sitting there with 90 yards passing and you won the game, you would be fine with it. So, Notre Dame plays Penn State now. I just cannot believe we did it against a program this good in this moment. Marcus Freeman. Let's hope he doesn't pull a Brian Kelly because this dude is staying for a while, it looks like. And looking back now at all the LSU SEC fans, once again, when I was standing over there saying Brian Kelly leaving is going to help this organization, yeah, who's laughing still? Well, Notre Dame just beat the best program in college football for the past 5 years and is moving on to the semifinals. LSU barely can make a bowl game. So, looks like Jake Does Sports nailed that one right on the head. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine he never left? We'd be in the same position every year. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Marcus has elevated the program after 2 lackluster years. Took him some building up, but he's finally done it. We're 13-1, the most wins in program history in a season. Unreal. Marcus has the most AP top 25 wins in his first 3 years in Notre Dame history. He's now in the semifinals, just beat the best program in the past 5 years in college football, and has a legit opportunity. I'm not just saying this. He has a legit opportunity to go to the national championship, most likely against Ohio State, and lay it all on the line. We're gonna be big underdogs in that one. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's gonna be hard to beat Ohio State. I'm not gonna lie if we do win. But you will still be playing for a national title. You'd be 60 minutes away from a natty. Straight up. And that's when you lay it all on the line, go for broke, and continue this year 3 streak that Notre Dame has of year 3 being that breakthrough year. Frank Leahy would be proud. Lou Holtz would be proud. So, Penn State game. I mean, now we're playing a Brian Kelly team here. And James Franklin, all he does is lose big games. And I'm not talking about SMU or Boise. Those games do not count. The talent discrepancy between Penn State and those teams was so vast that Penn State didn't really have to lay anything on the line here. Now you're playing Notre Dame, where the talent is equal, and the coaching is probably better, honestly, for Notre Dame. I mean, that substitution thing was genius. Kirby crying in the postgame that's not allowed in the SEC. Yeah, well, check the rules. Because conferences have different rules. And you're playing in a game where it's not an SEC official, so it still applies. Sorry you didn't read the rules that much. Not my fault. Once again, not my fault. Your fault, not mine. Well, Notre Dame's going on to the semis. You're packing your bags, heading back to Athens, Georgia. So, I just think in this Penn State game, it's really interesting. Tyler Warren's the big playmaker for the receiving for Penn State. If you can limit him and the running backs, I don't think Penn State's passing attack is that good. Aller can sling it, but he only takes deep shots. He doesn't really take 20 to 30 yard shots. He only takes them deep. Either that, he runs with it, or he does dink and dunks. So, this is absolutely a winnable game. James Franklin has proven time and time again he cannot coach in these big spots. We'll see if he can do it here. Notre Dame broke that precedent. Can Penn State do that? I don't know. All I know is that if whoever wins this game is going to the Natty, and that is huge for either one of these programs. And Notre Dame needs to get greedy. They need to take advantage of this opportunity. And I know Marcus Freeman is not going to be laying down after this Georgia game. He is on to bigger and better things to beat Penn State and go to the Natty. This is such an opportunity right now. Penn State is such a beatable team in the semis. You just got to go out there and do it. And I really think this Penn State team is overrated. I mean, yeah, they've looked great against 2 not that good teams. I get it, they made the playoffs, but these are the 2 worst teams in the playoff. They are. They just are. Indiana is better than Boise and SMU, in my opinion. I really think so. So, it's absolutely a winnable game. Marcus has got to have the boys prepared. The defense needs to show up to play. And once again, we got so many injuries, but it's just been next man up. I thought I was going to crack against Georgia. Nope. We held them. Absolutely. We were locked down on defense with so many guys out. And that's just a testament to this coaching. that Marcus Freeman has done all year. Clinical, unbelievable, machine-like. I mean, just outrageous. Marcus does not stop working. I know he wants more. And I truly think Notre Dame is going to win this game. This is one for the taking for the Irish. I mean, they're favored by 2.5. Lines don't matter. We will see. I'm excited for this game. And, yeah, go ND. Unbelievable. Unbelievable game from Notre Dame in that Georgia game. And I hope to see you guys back on here talking about a win. If not, it's unfortunate, but I mean, it's hard to be mad at this season. But no, ND, go for broke. Go for broke here. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. Make the most of it. Beat Penn State and the stupid Nittany Lions, which were the team that kept you out. Go Irish. I'll see you guys after the Penn State game. Peace.